Tim, thanks for taking me on the beach, man. That was really, really good examples.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
Just expand on the book a little bit more. What is the missing link? I mean, here we are in February 2016. What is the missing link?
For me, the missing link is what's missing in your life that causes you to not live the kind of life you deserve. And through my experience in life, it's desire. We're born into a world where it makes us want what it offers. But once you obtain it, do you deserve that, or do you deserve something better? And when I looked over what the Western culture in general offers, to me it was beneath what I deserved and what other people deserved. And when I really synthesized what was wrong, I realized that I was putting my wants and desires into something that was mediocrity. And in order to actually have the lifestyle I wanted to live, I had to want it really bad. So the missing link is your desire. And when you look at the world, that's what I see. I see a bunch of people who lack the desire to live the kind of life they deserve. And they've adopted this artificial way of living.
Right.
Right.
Right, okay.
So that's the missing link, your desire.
Why did you write the missing link? I mean, we kind of get that, but it's so many different definitions of the missing link in the book, which is excellent. That's why we're all fans. But why did you write it?
I wrote the missing link because I realized what happened to me. And once I observed and did my research, I realized that it was happening to everyone. And when I mean what happened, I mean that we were born into this life that was established. And what it gave us, once again, was something that was beneath us. It was mediocrity. I think that, humans are amazing and we're born champions, but we have to own it. And life as we know it has us to rely on what it offers us. So the missing link and why I wrote it was that I wanted to help and assist and serve people with the correct knowledge and skills so that they too could live any life that they wanted to or that they chose to, and not just accept the one that was given to them.
Right.
Right.
So obviously you wrote the book because you see a problem with society.
Yes.
What do you think, I mean, really, what do you think was wrong with society today? 2016, February 2016.
Right.
You have a good life,
Right.
right? You've worked hard for it.
Right.
You've overcome adversity. You don't know the difference in turning adversity to triumph.
Right.
But what does Tim Rice feel is wrong with society today?
I feel that society is established and that they really don't, in any facet of society and all systems, want to find solution. And what's wrong with it is that it's a competition and it's monetary based, meaning that we live in a world where society conditions people to believe that having a lot of money and things is what life is. When in reality, I know for a fact that that doesn't give you any purpose and meaning in your life. Take me, I always tell my story how I obtained the American dream, but at some point I realized that I wasn't happy because my whole life was based upon obtaining something monetary, obtaining money, obtaining houses, obtaining cars, obtaining things to give me value. And that kind of life is really setting people up for failure because it doesn't make you happy. It doesn't give you true success, no purpose and meaning.
So that answers both questions.
Right.
Exactly why you wrote it again.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So what is your meaning of success?
My
true meaning of success, because you're quite happy.
Right. For me, there's only one meaning for success, and any other meaning, if it's something outside of you, then it's dysfunctional and it's ego based. And for me, the meaning for success is to be your best person and to serve humanity with all your heart and soul. So whatever it is you love, become great, become your best, and then assist and serve and help other people with their challenges for them to become their best as well. And that's I know that nothing else could really bring any good purpose or meaning to your life. You know, of course we have family. I'm saying outside of your family and your relationships, you personally, what you want to do. What is it that you plan on giving this world? You see, society sets us up to say, hey, you go to school, you get a job, and then you can earn these things, right? But you're not serving anybody. What are you doing for the world? You're here for a reason. And you think it's to go to school and buy a car or a house? That's success to you? If it is, I feel sorry for you. I really do. It's pathetic.
Okay,
you know?
well,
Yeah.
how do you base monetary values on those success? Finance.
Yeah. I don't base any monetary value on my life. I understand that people have to find a way to live, but people are generally really good in general at getting a job, going to school, getting a job, and making a living. You know, but what kind of person are you? Are you a person that just wants to survive, or do you want to thrive? You know, and once again, is it money that defines who you are? Because if it is, I feel sorry for you. You know, and a lot of people, they are their money, and
Which is crazy.
Right, it really is. But you know, the value that you bring this universe is truly what you're here for.
Right.
And that value is being your best, because you know there's a God within you, and you have to express that God when you're here in order to have purpose and meaning. You have to give that God to the universe, to this world, and helping people and serving them in a manner where you're not judging them and you're just kind and you're good to them. You know, people are in different lanes and different places in their life, and some people you come across just are not ready to live that kind of life where they're actually giving something to society or want to give. Because most of them, they just want,
led, right?
They just and you know, it's not their fault. It's the way they've been conditioned.
Right.
But at some point, they have to question, contest, and debate what's before them.
Okay.
Yeah.
This leads to another question.
Okay.
What led you to your solution?
What led me to my solution is that from the time I was born up until I was a grown man, I did what my mother and father and my uncle and aunts and my grandmother and grandfather told me, and my supervisors and teachers and everybody told me. And they told me, this is how you have success. You know, be a law-abiding citizen, you know, be upstanding, and you'll have success. And I did everything that they told me to do. I got up early and I worked hard all day long. And most of my life, for 22 years, I worked 18-hour days, 2-3 jobs sometimes, you know. And once I obtained the American dream and I had all this material things, as I said earlier, I was really unhappy. And what led me to want something different was that I knew this life didn't work, because it was based on my philosophy that money and material was going to make me happy. And you know, there's a thin line between doing what you love and having a sufficient amount of money to live abundantly. You know, I know that all people should live abundantly, but having abundance has nothing to do with money or something material. You know.
Do you think that is the number one reason why people fail, or because of money? Or what do you think is the number one reason why people fail?
I don't know if failure is the word I will use. I would just say results. You know, you do something, you have results. And I say that when human beings adopt a way of living and never create or develop and design their way of living, I think that their life that they're living has limitations.
Right.
And what their goal is to create a lifestyle that they can enjoy. Okay. And that's one of the reasons why I created the GPE Living Company, was because I observed that what people really complain about is
which
that
is quite successful.
That's right. And they didn't like the life they were living. So they wanted to change their lifestyles.
Right.
And that's when I came up with this concept that, hey, you come here with a body, you come here with a mind. And what you feed that body and that mind becomes who and what you are. You know?
Right.
So, you know.
To becoming who they are, what does Tim Rice feel to overcome for these, your listeners, your readers, your engaging fans out there now? What can they do to overcome those roadblocks, step by steps?
Yes. The three things I noticed, when I'm an avid reader, I read hundreds of books, and all the books tell you how to do something. Everything says how, and we're flooded with how. But the reality is that 97% of the world population is not doing it. And the reason is that I think that generally a lot of them know how, but they don't have a strong enough why. You have to get really deep into what happened to you. You were born and conditioned to live a certain type of life, and this life didn't deliver. And instead of breaking it down and rebuilding it and developing it and creating it the way that you wanted to do it, you just stayed in doubt and just accepted what was offered to you.
They became complacent.
They became complacent and almost robotic in nature.
That's all over the world.
And the bad part about that is, once again, you adopt this material-based life unconsciously. And understand, your consciousness is the key to anything you want in life.
Right.
It's
right.
And people think, oh, it's just meditation. No, it's at that moment, stating what you're going to do and then just doing it.
Okay. Well, let me ask you something. Why should anyone else buy your book?
Okay, when I wrote The Missing Link, it was for human beings. I know that every single human being had some type of adversity they've been through in their life. They have a story. And that story is the gem, is the reason why you want something better.
Okay.
It is within your story, it is within what happened to you,
okay,
that you use as fuel to promote you into your success. And so this book is a book that tells you, hey, I know you want something better. Look back into your life and try to find out why. But I need you to understand that this world directs you and pushes you into a direction that is setting you up for mediocrity or less. And it's just competition. So you don't have to be in competition with anyone but yourself, the person you see in the mirror. That's your competition. And so the Missing Link tells you, it shows you a creative way of how to develop your desire.
Right.
And set it on fire. And that's what it is. The Missing Link is nothing more than a book that shows you how to daily use your mind to get what you want in life. Okay. That's what my 10 steps are. My 10 steps are to put your desire on fire.
Okay. Well, in the year 2016, we live in a new age media world. Right. We have like, share, and comment. What additional resources, books, etc., videos, tutorials, does Tim Rice provide, as well as others that would have the same common goal to reach people, to overcome these adversities? Yeah. What are those additional resources you would recommend?
Right. The best resources I would say would be my one-on-one advising. And I say that because
you're open to do that.
Right. I'm open to that. I love advising. I love doing seminars. I love for them to tune into my videos. They're free. And the biggest reason why is that we write books, we have these programs, but what you have to understand is that each individual person is in a different place in their life. And for me to give them this information and they're nowhere near where they need to be in order to move forward, I have to coach them one-on-one and find out what their issues are and give them the next step that they need for them. You see, we're teachers and there shouldn't be any failing students in class.